Bonjour à vous tous et bienvenue à ce 58e épisode de Danganronpa Trigger, avec. Mon nom est Eric et j'espère que de votre côté, vous allez bien. Au courant du dernier épisode, on est en plein cœur du procès de Mukuro qui vous abat pour la deuxième fois. Donc, ce procès va de bon train. On a réussi à déterminer pas mal de faits sur qu'est-ce qui s'est passé. Aussi, le fait que la fameuse personne qui nous a attaqués durant la nuit n'était nul autre que le mastermind, puisqu'il a essayé de faire croire que c'était Mukuro au départ, mais on a vu ses mains, il n'y avait aucunement de tatou, de quoi que ce soit d'autre dans ce genre-là. En plus de ça, des faux ongles et tout. De plus, ils l'ont fait essayer de faire passer ça en plus sur Kyoko, mais on a pu déterminer que ce n'était pas elle quand elle a enlevé ses gants et qu'on a remarqué les brûlures à ses mains. Donc c'était assez terrible, un accident qui s'est passé quand elle était jeune. Mais ça nous laisse arriver à une conclusion. Plus tard, on a décidé que les lumières dans le biolab étaient étranges. Comme je vous ai déjà fait part, 9 lumières sur 10, c'est étrange. Ça veut dire qu'il y a quelqu'un qui a été tué 2 fois, donc la même victime 2 fois de suite. C'est qui cette fameuse victime double? C'est bien ce qu'on va découvrir ensemble. Je vous souhaite un bon visionnement.
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Junko, c'est la seule.
That's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
Non, c'est pas à cause de l'autre qui l'a mis de bar. Bonne chance.
That's crazy,
C'est une
Doc.
bonne
She
chance.
was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of
C'est
hers,
ça.
and that will become obvious.
Toutes les injures qu'elle a.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Ah, un autre argument? Ok. Mais c'est quoi qu'il va se dire?
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
Ah, ton chien de mettre des affaires de même avant de chien!
Fujisaki?
Ça fait pas de sens!
Mando Owada?
La seule qui ça fait du sens, c'est la deuxième.
Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu, whatever?
Lunenberg?
Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No, no, no. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Faut peut-être que je pogne le Murder
Who
Twice
is
à la
this
fin.
someone else? Was it Sayaka
Ok, elle devrait apparaître environ ici, mais ça.
Junko Enoshima?
Non!
Shoot.
C'est pas ça. Je suis sûr que c'est elle.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka,
Faut que j'aille chercher le dernier.
Junko, and Leon, Chihiro, Mando, Kiyotaka, Hifumi, Celestia, Lu, whatever. Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No, no, no. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Ah, c'est ça, faut que je répète avec le nom que je veux. Ce serait pas l'autre avec les ciseaux. Les ciseaux, non, Shiro, non, je pense pas.
Who is this someone else? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Chihiro Fujisaki? Mando?
Parce qu'il y avait juste des ciseaux dans les poignets.
Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu? Or maybe
Et les trous à grandeur du corps.
Sakura Ogami? No, no, no. There's no way anyone was murdered.
Et voilà, c'est Junko.
What's wrong?
Junko, wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
Parce que Shiro, ça aurait pas été une mauvaise pensée. C'est juste que c'est les seules blessures qu'elle a eues, c'est au niveau des poignets puis de la tête. Elle s'est fait frapper à la tête pour se faire tuer. Fait que ça concorde pas avec les blessures qu'il y a eu dans l'abdomen, tout ça, qui disait qu'elle avait passé au travers du corps, tandis qu'elle, elle concordait.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities Match? Yes. And those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight.
C'est parce qu'on n'a pas eu de procès. C'est moins facile à s'en rappeler.
Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again.
Yep.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Elle avait attaqué Monokuma et qu'il l'avait tué.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then, what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9, which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Junko est vivant.
That's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro.
C'est Junko.
She's still alive.
Mukuro, on sait que c'est elle qui est morte parce que
She took Junko's body
elle avait le truc là. Le tatou.
and made it look like she was the one who died.
Non. Je penserais pas.
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive, no. She wasn't still alive with Mukuro. But can we really believe that? Nope, je suis pas d'accord. Ok.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Ça c'est drôle. On va voir dans le F1, les trous de bolette. On a-tu le Monokuma File? Ils disent pas dedans c'est qui. Ok, que les caractéristiques, fait que ça peut être elle. On ne pas quoi que ce soit d'autre. Secret, c'est pas. C'est une mort, mais c'est pas. Quoi que ce soit là-dessus. Puis ça, je pense pas qu'on l'aide. Fait que. Le Fatal Injury? Non.
The body we
C'est le profil, dans le fond.
found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Et voilà!
No, that's wrong.
Objection! À date, ce trial-là est pas mal plus facile que le dernier qu'on a fait.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. C'est assez simple. My god, come on guys. Ça peut pas être autre que la personne qui est supposément morte mais qui l'est pas.
Here's my answer.
Junko Enoshima.
Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
C'est vrai.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it. I gently place my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touch her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say, she was gone. I did check absolutely all that I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
No.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Nope.
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up
Ça se
that
pourrait
easy.
qu'elle ait une jumelle.
That's all well and
Ça se
good.
pourrait que ce soit deux
How do
sortes
you
de
intend
jumelles.
to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Je suis pas d'accord.
Both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
Je comprends pas pourquoi on arrive là. On a dit que les deux fois c'était la même mort, right? Fait que pourquoi qu'on tourne en rond comme ça? Si c'est les deux fois la même mort, c'est clair que c'était Mukuro qui était déguisé en Junko, right?
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I check her, she was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? C'est sûr, c'est ça qu'on dit tantôt! It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely. C'est Mukuro, guys! Maybe she used some sort of trick. Oh! Ça, je m'y attendais pas. Oh mon dieu, ça peut être quoi le mot? Oh, j'ai manqué. Non plus. Non plus. Hey, on va là, ouais. On va trouver c'est quoi la première lettre. Bon, je suis mort. J'ai aucune idée, ça peut être quoi le mot.
Is
On va trouver c'est quoi la première lettre, après ça on va partir de là, puis ça va être plus facile. Ah ouais, je pense que tu veux pas give up. Pourquoi ce serait un i? Nope. Nope. Je me rappelle plus c'est quoi les lettres que j'ai faites, damn it! J'ai-tu fait l'heure? Hey! J'ai-tu fait la bonne lettre, là? C'est pas un i? Ah, replacement! Oh! Je m'en allais pour le replicant ou quelque chose du style. Damn it!
I refuse to give up yet.
Ok, good. Il est où le R? Comment le R? Caché, c'est mon dieu. Elle a été replaced. Savoir si c'était ça le mot qu'il cherchait.
Now I understand. That's it. What if she switched places with
Y'a qu'à pas
someone
juste mettre
else?
ça! Switch place! That's it!
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Non, c'est impossible ça.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Puis si elle était Junko depuis le début, there has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death. After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had like a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference.
C'est vrai.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
Ben, elle avait
She
les
could have
ongles.
hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Ouais, c'est ça.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Pour ninja.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro, so I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
Oh que oui.
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity. As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity. When did I do that?
Dans toutes les photos. Et ça, ici, on refuse to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter, because I have already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just one, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Hold on, what matters now is presenting the right evidence. It has to do with Monokuma trying to keep me from seeing.
Shoot!
Huh? Okay, and I don't think this is what I need to corner Monokuma. What? C'est la seule affaire que j'ai de notre ancienne... Non, ça marche pas. What the hell? C'est sûrement pas ça. Ah ouais, probablement. Ouais, c'est ça. Il nous a empêché de l'écouter au complet.
Watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Je m'en rappelais plus. It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oh, see, looks like it broke out of services. What? Just happened to break just now? Now then, when? Doesn't matter, failure can strike anywhere. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time to try to hide Junko's identity. Try to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've gotta reveal that. La fameuse photo, guys. Oh non, pas encore. Il me reste plus grand cœur.
Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about? Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about?
Rar, ouais. J'arrive pas à savoir c'est quoi le tempo. Final strike.
That's impossible.
This should prove it.
Ouais! Ouh! Je voulais pas voir comment c'est ça. Je déteste tellement ces moments-là dans le jeu.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago. When we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity. An unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Le jeu, c'est quand même to all these pictures. Ah oui, elle était splashée. Elle est d'eau. Elle est d'eau. Elle est cachée. The unusual because this is Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, In this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko, which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything. Right now.
Oh, on s'en va tout dans un... Ouais, nice. Ok, wow, minute, tabarnouche. Ok, c'est quoi que j'ai comme truc? Que Junko, c'est actuellement elle. Elle arrive à debout, elle se fait tuer, mais en fait c'était elle. Ensuite de ça, il la roule dans un tarp. C'est ça ici. Non, il l'a pas déplacé, il l'a déplacé dans ses mains, ça fait pas de sens. Le tarp est bleu, c'est pas ça pantoute. Elle est morte. Et après, il n'y a rien d'autre qui fait du sens là-dedans. Malgré que ça, c'est l'image qui est là, fait que c'est pas ben mieux. Ok, on va revenir plus tard à celle-là. Okay? Il s'en va pour attaquer Makoto. Il se réveille. Ah non! Ouais, il se réveille. Non, c'est l'image qui est là. L'image qui est là. Ça? Non, ce serait weird parce qu'il doit l'avoir mis dedans. Puis là, il est en train de la briller. Ah oui, ok, non, il a été porté le corps. Ok. Ouais, t'as raison. Ici. Dans l'ordre. What the heck? Là, il met le casque. On va en éliminer tout de suite des photos, là. C'est le combat avec Kyoko qui est là, mais dans l'ordre, tu vas pouvoir le mettre par contre, c'est une autre histoire. Il est où le truc qu'on va mettre le masque? Ok, là. Il le trouve. Elle arrive à enlever le masque, ça explose. Le corps a pris en feu. Fait que ce qui nous manque, c'est ça ici. Pour moi, c'est vraiment ça que là. En bas, c'est elle qui rentre. S'enfuit.
exactly what happened.
J'imagine.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko.
Ça, c'est bon.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place, and that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima.
Good job, Ocean.
Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Yes. Yes.
So she put on a mask and then attacked me.
On l'a eu. Ouais, je pense que jusque-là, on va voir la fin, là.
After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
That's it. C'est fait.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
Junko Enoshima.
The real Junko Enoshima.
Et voilà.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
What? Bon, à ce moment. Junko Enoshima.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
Je m'attendais pas à une voix de même pour être vrai.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Non.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
Ok, c'est mieux
It's
cette
been
voix-là.
so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind. She's the real Junko Enoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Your face.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
Elle parle tellement tout le temps sur le
I
même
feel
ton.
like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. Was
I got it. That's right.
Et
It was before I
les
ever
magazines,
came to the
ouais.
school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Oh, are you talking about my covers, Photo Enjoy? Well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. Yeah, right. Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with like computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real?
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person
Ah
all
ouais,
along.
vraiment.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro.
Elle a aucune émotion, c'est le ultimate
She
despair.
tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Ah, t'avais raison, c'est
I
Anne.
know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Anashima!
Bon, ça y est, une autre avec une
And
langue.
together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Le Ultimate Despair vient de faire son entrée en scène, donc elle ne se cache plus derrière Monokuma, Junko, Enoshima et parmi nous. Malgré le fait qu'on avait cru qu'elle avait été éliminée au départ, on a vu que c'était juste un doublon. Mais bon, on va voir ensemble ce qui va se passer par la suite et les bûches qu'elle va essayer de nous mettre dans notre chemin. Sur ce, en attendant, si vous voulez voir l'action en live sur Twitch, vous allez avoir le lien juste ici. Sinon, vous pouvez toujours le retrouver dans la description de cette vidéo. Je vous souhaite une excellente fin de journée ou une excellente fin de soirée, tout dépend de ce qui s'applique à vous. Prenez soin de vous et à la prochaine. Bye bye.